Chowmahala Palace entry fee. 100 per adult for Indians. 40 per child, below 10 years, for Indians. 400 per person for foreign tourists. 50 photography charges, only mobile. Shooting/filming/videography strictly prohibited within the premises of Chowmahala Palace. Please note, tripods are not allowed. Chowmahala Palace or Chowmahalat is the palace of the Nizams of Hyderabad state located in Hyderabad, Telangana, India. It was the seat of power of the Asaf Jahi dynasty, 1720 to 1948, and was the official residence of the Nizams during their reign. The palace has been converted into a museum and the ownership still lies with the family. The palace was constructed at the location of an earlier palace of the Qutb Shahi dynasty and Asaf Jahi dynasty close to the Charminar. Construction of the palace, as it stands today, was started by Nizam Ali Khan Asaf Jah II in 1769. He ordered the building of 4 palaces from which the nomenclature of Chowmahala is derived. The word char or chahar, and its variation chow, means 4 and the word mahal means palace in Urdu, Hindi, and Persian. Clock Tower. The main gateway to the Chowmahala Palace on the western hand has a clock tower also known as a kilofat clock. The tower is 3 stories high and consists of balconies and jaroka of Mughal style same as the style of half-domes. It has been ticking since 1750. An expert family of horologists wins the mechanical clock every week. Council Hall. This building housed a rare collection of manuscripts and priceless books. The Nizam often met important officials and dignitaries here. Today it is a venue for temporary exhibitions from the treasures of the Chowmahala Palace collection of the bygone era. Roshan Bangla. The 6th Nizam, Mir Mahbub Ali Khan, is believed to have lived here and the building was named after his mother Roshan Begum. The former Nizam, Barkat Ali Khan Makaram Jah, and his family decided to restore the Chowmahala Palace and open it to the public in January 2005. It took over 5 years to document and restore the palaces of the first courtyard to its former glory. The palace also has a collection of vintage cars, including the Rolls-Royce, which the Nizam kings used. Conservation works were initiated in Chowmahala Palace from 2000, where several conservation architects and experts were involved in more than a decade-long journey. The initiative was undertaken by Princess Esra Burjan. Before commencement of the works, the place had fallen into disuse for a prolonged period and had deteriorated over the time. The vision for the restoration project was to rescue the exemplary palatial complex and to establish a contemporary civic use as a museum showcasing the splendor and valor of the erstwhile Nizams. The restoration process was divided into 3 stages. First stage involved thorough mapping, a fabric survey, and the development of conservation plans for the building's restoration as well as alternative reuse scenarios that might help assess the practicality of these historic buildings. In the second stage, structures that were in danger of collapsing had to be stabilized, and other urgent repairs like waterproofing and propping had to be made to prevent further damage. The complex's physical restoration as well as the addition of amenities to encourage the reuse of these structures were part of the final phase. In order to preserve the integrity of these ancient structures, their conservation was carried out using traditional craftsmen and techniques, and several building components were saved from demolition. Many architectural features, including granite arches, elaborate lime plaster work, and terracotta balusters, were restored carefully in their original design in addition to structural repairs and stabilization. Apart from bringing back the past glory of the palace complex and reviving traditional materials and craftsmanship, the project also created a cultural oasis in the heart of the city. The project was awarded the UNESCO Asia-Pacific Merit Award for Cultural Heritage Conservation on March 15, 2010. UNESCO representative Takahiko Makino formally handed over the plaque and certificate to Princess Esra, former wife and GPA holder of Prince Makaram Jah Bahadur. Located in the heart of Hyderabad, the Chowmahala Palace is a magnificent edifice that once served as the seat of power of the rulers of Asaf Jahi dynasty. It was in this palace that the Asaf Jahis, more popularly known as the Nizams, resided during their reign over the region. Even today, the essence of those glorious days is alive in this splendid 19th-century palace that boasts of awesome architectural beauty. The building, which is currently the property of the heir of Nizams, is also open for public viewing. All these and more make the palace a prime tourist place to explore once you step out of your hotels in Hyderabad. Here's everything you should know about the Chowmahala Palace, Hyderabad, including its history, architecture, timings, entry fee, and other interesting facts. Lesser-known facts about Chowmahala Palace, Hyderabad. The palace boasts of a fleet of vintage cars that were used by the Nizams. This includes the 1912 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. The kilowatt clock placed above the main gate of the palace has been functioning for more than 250 years now. Every week, this mechanical clock is winded to keep it ticking. The Durbar Hall of the palace contains 19 mesmerizing Belgian chandeliers that were recently added to bring back some of the lost splendor of this royal hall. History. While Salabat Jung initiated its construction in 1750, the palace was completed by the period of Afzal ad-Dawla, Asaf Javi between 1857 and 1869. The palace is unique for its style and elegance. Construction began in the late 18th century, and over the decades a synthesis of many architectural styles and influences emerged. The palace consists of 2 courtyards as well as the Grand Kiwat, the Darbar Hall, fountains, and gardens. The palace originally covered 45 acres, 180,000 square meters, but only 12 acres, 49,000 square meters, remain today. Southern Courtyard. This is the oldest part of the palace, consisting of 4 palaces, Afzal Mahal, Mathab Mahal, Taniyat Mahal and Aftab Mahal, built symmetrically opposite each other in neoclassical style. The forecourt between the palaces is adorned with a pond and a garden. The neoclassical palaces have double-height verandas or facades lined with European-style columns. The columns in the Aftab Mahal and Mathab Mahal are of Ionic order, whereas the Afzal Mahal and Taniyat Mahal have Corinthian columns. Northern Courtyard. This part has Bara Imam, a long corridor of rooms on the east side facing the central fountain and pool that once housed the administrative wing, and Shirshalat, meaning mirror image. It has Mughal domes and arches and many Persian elements such as the ornate stucco works that adorn the Kilwat Mubarak. These were characteristic of buildings built in Hyderabad at the time. Opposite the Bara Imam is a building that is its Shirshi or mirror image. The rooms were once used as guest rooms for officials accompanying visiting dignitaries. Kilwat Mubarak. This is the heart of Chowmahala Palace. It is held in high esteem by the people of Hyderabad, as it was the seat of the Asaf Jahi dynasty. The grand pillared Durbar Hall has a pure marble platform on which the Takhti Nishan or the royal seat was laid. Here the Nizams held their Durbar and other religious and symbolic ceremonies. The 19 spectacular chandeliers of Belgian crystal were recently reinstalled to recreate the lost splendor of this regal hall. Attractions near Chowmahala Palace, Hyderabad. Char Kaman, 700 m. Gulzar House, 1 km. Lad Bazaar, 1 km. Charminar, 1.4 km. Mecca Masjid, 1.5 km. Nizam Museum, 2 km. Salah Jung Museum, 2.2 km. Iskan Temple, 4.5 km. Nehru Zoological Park, 5 km. Kodi Residency, 5.1 km. Toli Masjid, 5.6 km. Once you are done exploring the Chowmahala Palace, you can continue to explore the other tourist and historical places in Hyderabad. A few minutes walk from the palace will take you to the iconic Charminar and the buzzing market and food street nearby.